Thank you so much for staying with us. All Angles continues. Remember, our hashtag on Twitter is TVJ All Angles. We're talking about PEP, the exam that's supposed to replace the grade 6 achievement test, which ended for good last week, Friday. And just before, yeah, a lot of people cheering about that. But what are we heading into? That's what we're trying to figure out. So we are hearing before the break about what's going to be the performance task for grade 4. And I have a viewer, Damien, who is asking, one of my concerns is the grade 4 and the grade 5 performance tests. How do the outcomes affect the outcome of the grade 6 performance test? In other words, does that factor into what happens at the end of the day? I don't know who wants to take that.
I'll answer that one. Okay, so good night, everyone. So at grade 4, our students will be given performance tasks in language arts and mathematics. At the end of that performance task, a report will be sent out how the students performed, and the report will be sent to parents as well as to schools. And based on the report, there are certain claims that will be made, and on those claims, we'll see how the students are achieving the curriculum as it relates to language arts and math. In grade 5, they will do performance tasks again in language arts, mathematics, social studies, and science. And again, a report will be sent out based on each subject. All these performance tasks from grade 4 and grade 5 will be combined with what is done at grade 6. Because at grade 6, they will also do a performance task, again in language arts and mathematics, along with the curriculum-based tests. The curriculum-based test will be done on the 4 core subjects: language arts, mathematics, social studies, and science.
So if I understand you, because what parents really want to know is how my kid performs at grade 4 and grade 5. Is that going to help determine where you put them in high school?
It will be a part of the profile.
All right.
At the end of grade 6.
I'm also trying to understand a little bit more about what you're calling a performance task.
Right.
That you're saying that the teacher is going to administer in class. How early will they get that? Is it a different task for each school and each class? Well, let me start with that.
No. The performance task will be, it's part of the high-stake test. It will be a standard item that will be developed by the ministry, and it will be packaged and sent to the schools. A rubric will be sent as well. The teachers will be guided as to how to administer the performance tasks to the students, and there are some teacher-directed activities as part of the performance task that the teacher will have to do in administering the task to the students.
Doesn't that raise the issue of subjectivity in terms of marking and unfairness to some students?
All right. The scoring of the performance task, just as it's done with communication tasks now, while teachers will mark the performance task, they will not be scoring just their students' own. It will be done in a confined environment where the quality, the standardization, they will be taken through a standardization process where they will be taken through how to score, and we'll have training before the actual marking. So a teacher will not be marking his or her own child's script, but it will be marked by classroom teachers in a confined area.
All right, let me start going to our other guests. Mr. Speed, let me bring you in first of all. Do you have any concerns about PEP in terms of what you've been hearing and the process of preparation?
Well, yes. Let me say condolences to the people who love the GSAT and the friends of GSAT. Maybe so. And let me say I have some concerns. One is that there will be no communication task in this PEP as far as I'm getting it now. And I think our children need to learn to write. To express themselves in writing. That's how I'm having it now. The next thing is the whole issue of subjectivity. I am concerned about that because there will be no numeric score coming from 4, 5, 6 going in, that you will have an average going in to decide where you place the students based on placements to traditional or non-traditional high schools. And even if there's no numeric score, there's going to be a mental score for the profile itself.
All right, stick up in there. Let me try and get answers to that. I think Mrs. Witterbailey wanted to come in.
Yes, for the communication task. Remember, the communication task itself was never a subject. It is a skill, and it was always meant to be an extended part of the language arts exam. Now, the performance task in language arts can take care of, give students opportunities to write and express themselves.
Give me an
because
example
it's a
as to
performance
what
task.
might be on that.
You could be given a situation. Remember, performance task is an activity that the students will do. They will be given real life situation. It's an authentic situation that they're put in, and they will be asked to use their skills. Remember, the National Standards curriculum on which this test is designed it emphasizes development of skills.
Give me an example.
Of a performance task.
Yes.
Okay, you're given a situation and you may be asked to write a report based on what is given in the situation. So it will give them opportunities to really demonstrate their communication skills, their critical thinking skills. Several things, information, they will be getting several pieces of information to put together, and it's more about what can I do with this information? How can I use this information to solve a problem?
And that's going to be done at 4, 5, and 6?
4, 5, and 6. And of course, within the grade level, the context of the grade level. And I also want to add, the beauty about performance task is the focus is on the process and much more than the product or the correct answer. With performance tasks, they are so designed that students will be able to, first of all, it may yield more than one correct answer. And that means that the solution path that the student chooses, there are several solution paths. And so it gives students the latitude to really demonstrate their skills. And as in real life, there's not only one way to solve a problem. So we give them that latitude. And the rubric will take care of how it is scored in terms of the solution path the students would have chosen to get to their correct answer.
The subjectivity concern. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. So that brings into focus the subjectivity again. Even if they are trained teachers, people trained to do the marking, and there's a rubric, somebody at this table, the people at this table could decide to give 3 out of 5, for example, for a particular level of work, and at the other table they could decide to give 2 or 1 for the same level of work.
But
isn't that true?
But if they're following the rubric, Mr. Speed, they would not be giving, you would have to follow the rubric. The rubric would dictate how it is marked.
Yes, and I'm saying even if there's a rubric, at my table we could decide.
Rubric being like
meaning you have an aspect of
what
it.
You're marking for and
right.
Yes.
You know exactly
how much it is. That is a maximum. You must have a maximum in a rubric. Maximum score you can get in this section of the test. Am I right?
Right.
And then, so if you have a maximum, I could decide that I will give the maximum 5 out of 5, for example, and at the other table they decide that I'm going to give 3 for the same quality work.
And that's, Dion, I want to help Mr. Speed to understand the process that we will go through before we actually start marker script. Yeah. What we do, we will take the teacher through a process of standardization, and we will not move on to an actual live script until we would have gotten the teacher to a point where we're all on one.
Which teacher? Every single grade teacher? Every single teacher?
No, man. No. The teachers who are there at the marking venue, marking at the time. We would have taken them through the standardization process. And during the marking, Mr. Speed, what we do have and what will be in place would be quality checks. So there will be team leaders at the table that after a marker would have marked before the package could move on to being moved from the table, you have quality checks where our team leaders will go through each package that is marked. And then there's another process in place where even after a team leader would have checked there are quality controllers who are in place that do checks also to ensure that persons are staying true to the rubric.
Right.
If
Hold that thought for me. I have to go to break. We're going to come back, pick up lots more to ask. We have other guests to hear from, some of your comments and questions as well. Remember, hashtag TVJ All Angles. Soon come.